I've had enough of some of you giving up. All right, I am going to be direct with this message and try to be clear as I possibly can. This message is for everyone. Do not kill yourself. Do not kill yourself. All right, this is something that I haven't really talked about in my channel. All right, it's part of the message is to keep fighting. To keep fighting. Have coping mechanisms. Strengthen your body, strengthen your mind. And you can overcome, hopefully, all the obstacles that you have to face, okay, with the sharp mind. All right, yes, our time will end. Yes, we will get older. Yes, maybe we have some disabilities. All right, that slow us down. Physically, mentally. You matter. Physically and mentally, you matter. The matter that makes you matters to a lot of people. And everything that you share from here, your head, and the love, the way you express yourself, matter to a lot of people. I see life as the good and bad, right? As a lot of people do. You can see it that way with many different religions. But look, if you work towards the good, it's a little bit more boring, right? You have to make sacrifices. You get rewarded later for the work that you're putting in. And it just doesn't feel as great. And a lot of people are like, why am I making a sacrifice if I'm still in a hole? I'm still going to be in a hole for many years to come, for the rest of my life. People give up. People give up. They don't see that there's going to be other opportunities in life. They don't know that if they expand their knowledge and their skills and they try to provide that to other people, they can make connections that can change their lives. They don't know these things because they're so caught up with this negative energy over here, okay? They've got all this cloud, they've got all these bad thoughts, all these demons putting in thoughts into the person's brain, right, of what to do, how they should feel, that they're not good enough, all right, that they're not smart enough, that they can't get out of the hole they're in because they're not capable enough, that's not who they are. We've got all these things getting fed into us, whether it comes from media, whether it comes from friends or family, whether it comes from ourselves, all right, it doesn't matter. If we let that energy keep feeding into our brain, into our soul, it's negative energy, all right, and this negative energy does flow through the heart, it does flow through the body, all right, this cortisol, the stress, everything that comes with that negative energy, your hormones, your body react to it, and that's what's flowing through your body, that's what's flowing through your heart, and you can fill your heart with hatred. I know a lot of you have done it. All right, anger and hatred are still two very different things, but hatred does lead to anger, right? And a lot of us say like, oh, anger, we can do anger and be angry and use anger to be productive, right? We can use it in the gym. We could use it in business to be a little bit more competitive. All right, that's anger. When you have hatred over here, when you have that hatred, that dark ball, that dark mass that keeps expanding, all right, you're having anger based on this thing that's consuming you, not on something that you can quickly change. If you have a little bit of anger because you want to be more competitive in a moment and still be friendly about it, or because you just need to have that energy to pick up an extra shift to get your family out of the hole that you're in, you know, and you just need to get a little bit angry, you know, and just get that energy, that's fine. Don't be getting angry with your family though. Don't be getting angry with yourself, because that's where that hatred develops. Okay, you can still have that spike of energy that you get from when you get a little bit bothered, a little bit uncomfortable, all right? And that's the thing, man. You're supposed to be uncomfortable in life. All right, if you don't have everything handed to you, it's going to be uncomfortable. I imagine even if you had everything handed to you in life, it would be uncomfortable to go talk to people, to socialize, to make these connections, to have people respect you for who you are, right? Either way, you're going to be uncomfortable in life. So, face up to it. Face up to it. All right, there's going to be moments that are worse than others. There's going to be times where you have to grind for maybe a week or two just to enjoy a couple days, just to go back to the grind. All right, but that too shall pass. that too shall pass, and you can come to a moment where you can relax. You can come to a moment where you see everything that you wanted being right in front of you because you worked for it. You worked for it, and you have to work for the type of person that you want to become constantly. All right? If you slack, that's okay. You slack one day, as long as you're pushing forward day by day or moment by moment, or you slack 2 or 3, 4 times throughout the day, but 20 hours throughout that day you were grinding. All right, maybe you don't have to grind that much, right? That's an exaggeration, but you know what I'm saying? That's an accomplishment. You don't have to beat yourself up for a little slip up and a little mess up. All right, and I feel like a lot of people, the older they get, the less of a purpose they have. All right, maybe they weren't that great of parents to their kids. Maybe their kids don't really talk to them or love them. And maybe they weren't that great of a spouse to their partner. All right, these are consequences, real life consequences, that people don't want to be around negative people or people that mistreat them all the time, right? And sometimes there's people that mistreat everyone in their lives. I've seen it happen, and those people usually get older and are alone. They're alone, and they're regretting a lot of things, and they don't have a purpose anymore. And even the ones that work hard for their family, right? We're only here for a certain amount of time. We can still end up alone. All right? Our family eventually does have to go. Whether it's us first or our family, right? And we can still end up alone. And that's where people can lose their purpose. Because their whole purpose was to be a great husband, a great wife, to be this person for their kids, to just feed their dog, right? And sometimes when you get to a certain age and you can't work for the things you normally work for, those things get taken away. Where's your purpose? You see what I'm saying here? If you don't have a purpose that's cheap, that's like basically free, you're going to be struggling at some point. And if you don't have a purpose you can stick to, no matter what the circumstance, you're going to be struggling to find a different purpose. So this is where I'm going. These are tough words to hear, right? Let it sink in a little bit. Because if you are a hard worker, you eventually will get to the point you want to be. What will your purpose be after that? Maybe your purpose can just be to enjoy life, right? That's something we can all probably work on, is enjoying life a bit more. And that's a wonderful purpose to have. All right, if you can have something as simple as that, enjoying life, then you can enjoy all the moments that you have to face in life. You can enjoy the moments with your family. You can enjoy the bad moments, all right, because you know that there's going to be something positive out of it, or that it too shall pass, right? You're enjoying life. You're enjoying the ups and downs of it. That's a good purpose. Just on a daily, enjoy life a bit more. When you notice that you're stressed out, try to have less stress the next day and realize why. Why are you stressed out? Are you having these expectations for yourself or these other people? And if you are you developing this hatred, this energy of stress that's bringing you down? All right? Do you feel that sometimes you are working really, really hard, and it's all for what? All for what, right? And some of you might indulge and cope in things that you shouldn't, right? It's by taking it step by step to this purpose, this vision that you have of you being able to enjoy life, right? You absolutely loving everything about life, and you know that's not you right now. Well, step by step. All right, you'll get there. That's that purpose, okay? And you can have many purposes in life, whether it's just being a great family person, okay? Or whether it's training to be the best fighter in the whole entire world until the day you die. That gives me purpose. All right, is it realistic to be the best fighter in the world at 95 years old? Probably not, right? But if you train for that at 95 years old, don't you think you'll probably be a little bit healthy? Don't you think your body will be stronger than if you wouldn't have trained for that? Don't you think you maybe have more flexibility? Don't you think you'd be more conscious of the food that you're putting in? Don't you think you'd be more conscious of your thoughts? Right? Because you can't be stressed out and be the best fighter in the world, right? Yeah. Most fighters know that they can't be thinking of all kinds of things during a fight. Most fighters know that it's better not to be thinking about anything, just to act, right? To be moving the actions in your head to what you want to do during that fight. You're acting based on the moment. All right? Your purpose there is just to survive and to be relaxed. And then we come to this life where we don't have to fight people all the time, right? And it's just like, well, what's our purpose? What's our purpose? Our purpose could just be just to relax and enjoy it. It doesn't have to be too complicated. You lose your family, you lose your kids, you lose your wife, whether it's your fault or someone else's fault, it doesn't matter, right? You just lose them. Don't be pointing fingers. You point fingers at yourself, you develop hatred. You point fingers at other people, you develop hatred. It is what it is, accept it, And I'm saying accept it, but you can always try too, right? You can always try in different ways. You can always try and at some point you might have to accept that someone just doesn't want to be in your life. And what are you going to do when that happens? All right, is that the end of the whole entire world? Does that mean that in 5-10 years you won't meet someone that will bring something to your life that you didn't know was a huge blessing? Is that really what it means? I think a lot of you could say no, right? And that's really the answer is no. That's not what it means. If you have time, if you're still breathing, you're able to think, then you can think what to do with that time while you're breathing and how you're going to act when you're breathing. Okay? You can still change things up. There's been history of me just being a bad spouse, a bad friend, a bad husband, bad all these things. And man, how are you going to change 10 years of history? Man, you don't. It's 10 years of history. What can you change is the present and the future. You can't change how someone feels about you. But guess what? If you're that person that messed up for 10, 15 years straight, maybe the next things that those people are saying about you 5-10 years from that moment, or from this moment, is like, wow, at least he's grown a lot. I can respect him more. I can trust him more. I can respect her more. I can trust her more. It's hard to get so ahead in this life that others can depend on you, right? And I think a lot of us would like that feeling of people being able to depend on us. But to get there, we have to work hard. If we don't have all kinds of money handed to us, we have to work hard for other people to depend on us. And that feeling will come when you work hard. All right, new opportunities will come. New people will come into your life. The harder you try to be more positive and go towards good, the more of that you'll be attracting, right? The more you'll be walking away from all these things that will pull you down. All right, just because you slip up and maybe get pulled down once, it doesn't mean that your purpose is gone. You can still keep your purpose. If you're still breathing, guess what? You can still think and you can still act on how you're breathing and act on how you're thinking. All right? You could do it all. Not all. I'm not here to say you could do anything and all that. What I'm saying is you can do anything that's humanly possible that you can put your mind to, right? Even things that haven't been done before, as long as your mind is able to come up with a way on how to do it. You're not stuck. You're not dumb. You're not worthless. You're not this person that no one wants to be around. Because I'm sure that there's times, even if you're just a bad person towards people, I'm sure there's a moment in how you act that people actually do like being around you. Or when you throw out a funny joke or something where people are like, like if this person could just be a little bit more this way. And it's not that I'm saying like be a people pleaser, not at all, right? Have boundaries. But what I am saying is if you know that there's changes you can make for yourself because you want to be seen in a different way, or you want to have these feelings of people respecting you, or these feelings of, man, I just want to communicate with someone. That's a tough thing to do nowadays, is just communicate with someone. I just want to be listened to. You're going to have to work for that, and you're also going to have to give that back. And it might be that you have to give that back tenfold just to receive a little bit. But guess what? The more you do it, the more of a habit it becomes. And the more of a habit it becomes, the more you do it without having to think. And the more you do it without having to think, the less stressful it is to do it. You're just doing it. And then you're just doing it, but you're still getting rewarded. Do you see what I'm saying here? Turn these things that you need to do, these changes in your life, these positive ones, and make it into a habit, to something where you just do it like you're flossing your teeth, like you're washing dishes, something that must be done. And you can reap the benefits from it. All right? Because I'm sure that a lot of us know if we just treat people with respect and love, we can get that back. We get benefits from that. And a lot of you know, if I act this way, do this, do that, I get these reactions. It's because everyone's against me, huh? Ha 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 ha. No, it's not. Stop thinking that way. Stop it. All right? Maybe there is 1 or 2, 3 people against you or whatever. All right? Maybe legitimately there is. Get yourself out. Get yourself out and think how you need to think. Think how you need to think and then come back. Reevaluate things. Are those really the people that I need to have in my life? That I should keep in my life? That are worth fighting for in my life? Evaluate. But you can't evaluate until you get yourself out of that deep, dark hole. Because if you go down in that deep, dark hole, guess what? Those habits also create your reality. Your habits of negative thoughts, of all this cortisol in your body, of all this and blah, 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 and I'm just not good enough, and this person isn't good enough either, blah, blah. It creates this reality. Whether you like it or not, you're now doing these things out of habit. So, first thing is noticing what you want to change, and work on it. Work on it. It's going to be tough, and you're not going to enjoy it, right? But you'll enjoy it at some point. At some point when you're getting to the point that you want to be in life. Because you deserve it. Because you're smart enough. Because you're hardworking enough. Because you can figure out paths to a finish line that people can't think about. You can figure out that shortcut that people just are not seeing. That's okay. You know? So, you're good enough. You're good enough. That's all I want to say to everyone, is that you're good enough. That you are loved in some way. You deserve to love yourself. And you deserve to know you can make changes in your life. And life does not have to be the way it is. Alright? But you can't be selfish and want all these positive things. It just doesn't work that way. You're good enough. Much love, everyone. Thank you for watching this video. Alright, this is a tough video to make. I want to be extremely careful with what I'm saying in this video. Alright, and everything I did say, I just don't want anyone to misinterpret it. I don't want anyone to twist the words. I don't want anyone to think I was trying to put anyone down. Alright, it's a tough conversation to have. I won't be laughing around these topics 24/7, you know. They're serious topics, and I'm just tired. I'm tired of losing friends. I'm tired of losing people I know. Alright? To things that I shouldn't be losing them to. Very good enough. Alright, I don't care. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for realizing that you can be a better person, that you can change up your reality. I'm proud of you for wanting more for yourself. I'm proud of you for wanting more in your life. Now go out and get it. Go work hard and stay positive for it. Alright, you can get all these things that you want and then not be happy that you have them. So just be positive. Learn how to be positive. Learn how to have a purpose that's simple, where you can enjoy life. Alright, this is like really all I want to say before anything gets twisted, right? I love you guys. I love you all. I want you to take care of yourself. We have the holidays coming up, happy holidays to everyone, and your families, take care, and just much love, much love. I say that and I mean it. Much love for everyone. Until next time.